Good day. This day in multimedia, we're going to be dubbing over a silent movie track. So let's check it out. The first thing you're going to do is click on Modern Times, Chaplin clip, or if you're in a different section, it might just say Chaplin. So click on that. That's going to download to, and it's going to go to your downloads folder. Okay. Now what we're going to do then, you can see here, dubbing time practice run. This is where we're going to be eventually putting our finished product. I don't expect you to get that far in one day though. So our next step is going to be, let's go ahead and open up GarageBand. So please just click on GarageBand. If it's not in your dock, just go to Macintosh HD, Applications, and then GarageBand. Okay? From there, please click on Create New Music Project. And then let's just call this Chaplin, and then put your last name. Okay? So yours might look like that, Chaplin, last name. And I want you to put it on your desktop just for now. Okay? So select desktop. You can just keep that how it is. Create. And then what we're going to do is this. We're going to go ahead and open up this file in GarageBand, that Chaplin thing we just downloaded. So let's close out that piano and let's go ahead, Macintosh HD, then go to your house, okay, go to your house, and then go to Downloads, and then please go ahead and click on Chaplin. So then you've got Chaplin up there, okay, and you are literally just going to drag and drop that. It's going to convert it. That's good stuff. Enough time to, grab a sip of tea. Mint, delish. It's great. And there we go. So what's going to happen is this, is you notice here the soundtrack for this is, there's nothing there. That's a good thing. What we need to do is this. We're going to get rid of that sounds thing. So right now, you look at that sound is selected, just that, the soundtrack part to it. We're just going to press our delete key. It's going to get rid of that soundtrack. So from here, I'm going to clean things up. I'm going to click on Grand Piano. I'm going to go to Track, delete Track, and there we go. So that's gone now. Now, what you can see here, and you can make this sort of window a little bigger. Let's look how we do that. Well, you could just make it bigger by just increasing the size of that, or just by clicking on the double-clicking on the track in your Downloads folder. Not a really big deal, okay? So what we need to do then is we need to add some sound effects here. So you can see here, this is and I'll just zoom in here. This is a clip from a silent film from back in the day with Charlie Chaplin. It's called, I believe, Modern Times. And right here, some gentlemen in a factory are trying to demo an eating machine. So your job is going to be to take this silent film, and you're going to be adding sound effects. Now I'm just going to do some very basic things. First thing you're going to do is to change how big. You notice how we've got sort of increments of every second, 1, 2, 3, 4. To make that different, you would just select this puppy over here. Okay, this slider. So you can see as I move it to the right, you get more and more control. Okay, so you can see it's instead of seconds, it goes by 0.2 seconds. I'm going to make that a little smaller then. Okay, so you can see now that makes it smaller, so I have less control. So we'll just put it where it started out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our sound effect sort of editor. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to click on this eye. And from here, now if you wanted to add just pure music, okay, if you want to add just pure music, here's what you would do. You would go and you would click on piano and then 70s, and then you can hear a sort of a demo of what that sounds like. I mean, I guess that's awesome. And then you would just bring that up if you wanted to have it set up as your background. And eventually you might want to have that, but lower. So then, okay. So that's how you do that part of it. Music is not going to be that too important at this point, so I'm just going to delete that. Okay. Now, how do I add sound effects? So we're going to go ahead here and we're going to column view. See that? It's next to the musical note. And we're going to go to all, scroll down, and go to let's see, sound effects or effects. You can go here to a few things. Foley would be with different things, with different sort of noises. Where are you? Effects. All effects. Okay, so you're going to go all effects, and then you can see here there's a bunch of different things. You've got, so like with an airplane taking off, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a clock striking. People cheering. A bell tower. That noise. Clocks. People clapping. Okay? I mean, all kinds of stuff. Alright, so what you can do then is, yeah, it needs to stop. No, there we go. So there's all kinds of different sort of interesting effects, okay? There's also a way we'll be able to do this in, get the ones from iMovie, but we'll play around with those later, okay? So you would go then, and let's say we're going to go ahead here, let's see, let's find one that would work. I think I'm going to use that one for later on. So let's go ahead, bubbles, and then yes, yes. So then what we do then is we take our situation there, and you can see I just sort of move that carousel sort of clip just right below there. And I'm actually going to delete these. I accidentally just added it twice. So then, let's see what that looks like. Let's see if that fits. I like that kind of music. Now, what we can do then is later on in this clip, and I'm just going to mute this clip a second. I'm going to have that bubble clip start up right when, let's see, he gets into this setup, into this machine. Alright, come on now. So now when they turn this machine on, I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to move it right where it starts up, okay? Okay, so right about there. Now I'm going to change sort of where that is. I'm going to move my bubble clip up to right where I had my, sort of where I stopped it. Okay? See, notice how I'm adjusting this. Another thing too is I want to keep that carousel just repeating. So if you notice, I'm just going to put my mouse in the upper right hand corner, and I'm just going to extend that. And that's going to repeat. Okay? That's going to be repeat. So if you have an effect you want to go over and over. So let's look to see how our bubbles turned out. So I'm gonna unmute that. Let's check this out. So that's not too bad. Okay, so I'm actually gonna move that back then, so then it's not as long. So I'm gonna do a Command T, and then I'm gonna delete that. Okay. So now I've got that as just a very simple effect. I mean, that's not too bad. And now, for the last thing, what I'm going to do is, just the last thing I'm going to show you, I'm going to mute these two. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm just clicking on this little speaker button there. I'm going to mute those two tracks. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set it where I'm just going to pretend to be, I'm going to use the voices here. So let's get this part on here. Okay, and I'm going to start recording here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to just start recording. So I'm going to click on, let's see here. I'm going to need to add a new track. So I just clicked on that plus button, if you didn't see what I did. Add a new track, real instrument track. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on record, and I'm just going to record my voice. So here we go. Okay, Frank, turn it on. Let's go, Frank. Get that machine on. Let's go, man. Alright, so what I did that, with there, also you notice the metronome might have been on, the ... You just get rid of your metronome by going to Control and then unclicking metronome. So let's listen to that. Okay, Frank, turn it on.
Frank, turn it on.
Let's go, Frank.
Let's go, Frank.
Get that machine on.
Get that machine on. Let's go, man.
Alright, so now let's unmute all those other ones. Let's see what we got. Okay, Frank, turn it on.
Frank, turn it on.
Let's go, Frank.
Let's go, Frank.
Get that machine on.
Get that machine on. Let's go, man.
See? And there you go. That's it, man. It's just, we're going to just be adding these sound effects. You can have fun with it. So, like, notice here, let's mute all these other things here then. And let's go right to the part where he's, like, about to get the soup in his mouth. And then, here, let's just add another track. So let's add, I'm going to go ahead and add another instrument track because I'm going to add an effect. Okay, so I'm going to record here. Soup. I love soup. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an effect. So I'm going to go ahead here, make sure that that one, this is going to be, I'm going to use the voice of Charlie Chaplin. So I'm going to just make it a little messed up. So I'm going to go ahead here to vocals. Okay. And I'm going to select, let's see here. So let's have Charlie Chaplin with a mouse voice. Let's see what that sounds like. That's like a freaking robot. I don't want to do that. Let's try helium breath maybe instead. Alright, so now let's add all that together now. Let's unmute all that and let's see what we got. Okay, Frank, turn it on.
Frank, turn it on.
Let's go, Frank.
Let's go, Frank.
Get that machine on.
Get that machine on. Let's go, man.
Alright, so that should get you through at least the beginning part. Just do the first minute, okay? So, you see there, you can do the first minute or as much as you want, okay? Wish you the best of luck. Good stuff.